All right, we are back, and I'm joined here by Jim Boone, the senior producer at Volition, and also David Bianke, the lead systems designer, and we're going to talk a little bit of shop about Saints Row 4. So thank you both for being here today.
Thank you for having us.
How has your E3 been so far? All 5 minutes of it?
Not too bad.
Yeah, start off on a good note.
Yeah, exactly. We start off with a lot of energy right now.
Yeah, and then it just slowly tapers off throughout the show. I just wanted to know quick that I think the original title pitch for this segment was kind of hilarious. Originally, we were going to call it Square Enix presents Deep Silver presenting Volition's Saints Row 4. And I think that's
awesome.
I think that would have fit nicely onto our cards.
Very appropriate for our game.
Yes. So we're going to actually do a live demo here, which has not been seen before by the public. E3 is kind of where you guys are debuting it. So is there anything that either of you guys want to relay before we jump into it?
What we're going to show right now is one of the early missions in the game, and this is when you have actually become president of the United States. So, so there's a mission before this that we kind of give you the origin story of how you become president.
Okay.
But what you're going to see today is you actually being the president. And Dave will walk us through and play through this and let you get a taste of what it's like.
I'm getting the impression this is not a typical presidency.
Not too typical, no.
All right.
He plays it straight.
Yes, exactly.
Let's watch then. We'll dive right into it.
Excellent.
This is a problem.
It's not a problem.
You alienated part of America.
I alienated crazy people.
You couldn't resist, could you?
Jesus, not you two.
This is a problem.
I keep trying to explain that, but the president won't listen.
Poverty is a problem. Apartheid is a problem. This is just a couple
Here's the
of...
latest poll.
We lost 20 points. We can get them back.
They're at 20 points.
I'll admit that's a little lower than anticipated.
So you agree you have a problem?
Nope, you do. You're the communications director. Fix this.
Can you give me 100% employment?
No.
Will you get married?
Fuck no.
Then I think we're in trouble.
King, can you have this naysayer assassinated?
Not when you say it publicly.
I'm more fun as a gang leader.
We have a country to run. Fun isn't part of the equation.
Where's a septic truck when you need one?
So as you can see, the White House is a little bit different under the leader of the Saints management. And now we're going to see him actually being the president, making some very important decisions.
Come on, Keith, have some good news.
The tough choices.
Yeah, so first you're going to talk with Vice President Keith David.
Schedules a press conference for this early in the morning.
Is it like news for them?
We've got enough clout right now for one major bill, not both. What do you want me to push forward? Do you want to be the president who cured cancer or the president who solved world hunger?
Oh
Very important
no.
decision that Dave has to make here.
That really is a kind of mean decision.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think we're gonna feed the hungry today, though.
Yeah.
Speaking of hunger, tell the kitchen to send up a burger.
Good
I'm
choice.
disappointed by that decision.
That's no right answer.
I hope Kenzie's
It's
keeping
all about
sharks
clear
at bay.
choice.
Yes. Real meaningful decision.
That's right, exactly.
Now,
Here-
you listen here. If you think you can cram your agenda past Congress, you are in for a rude awakening. You hear me? Now, let me tell you a little something about the greatest word in politics, filibuster.
So here we get to see the president decide how to do politics in the
Yeah.
White House.
Equally hard decision.
Yes,
You
indeed.
gotta take the high road.
Ow, my face!
I think I cut my knuckle on that senator's teeth.
And now for fans of Saints Row 3, we have Josh Burke, one of the characters from Saints Row the 3rd.
Oleg and I are about to head over to Camp David to watch some Nightblade. Yep. You down? Boom!
And save me some popcorn this time.
And Oleg, one of our other characters from Saints Row the 3rd. Makes a nice
Nice
cameo.
work, Oleg.
And now we're going to get our first hint of some of the new threat that's coming for the Saints in this cinematic.
Not a normal gang.
No, not
Right.
only getting this time.
President's words were taken out of context.
Kinsey, what's the right context for, and I quote, "I'm the patron saint of America. We should probably look into changing the Pledge of Allegiance to one nation under me."
That's a great question.
Jane? I think we have a problem.
Oh, not you two. How many times do I have
Asha
to...
and Miller are waiting for you in the Oval Office.
If MI6 needed something, they would send it up the chain, not fly across an ocean.
They said nobody back home believes them.
Jesus, what's going on?
They think we're about to be attacked by aliens.
I gotta go.
This is serious. You know that Kinsey's been saying the same thing.
When did you start taking Kinsey seriously?
When the people who helped us save the world said we should.
All right, I'll swing by after I...
Now we see the aliens invade. This is Zinyak, the leader of the alien race, the Zin, are coming and abducting the president and his people.
Hello, humans. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not a time for fear, but a time for celebration. Today, the best and brightest among you will find salvation within the Zin Empire.
I'm smarter than all these people.
Delightful.
Kenzie, no! Protect the president!
I do love your spirit, my dear. I'm Zinyak. Pleasure to meet you. Would you like to join me for a ride? Splendid.
So now it's time for the president to take the fight to the aliens and try to win back his White House.
I like how quick we're getting into it.
Yes. So the first thing he's got to do, of course, is to arm himself. So he's got to get to the Oval Office. And along the way, he's going to encounter...
Every 5 steps.
These are one of the grunts. So these are the base units of the Zin.
There you
and
are.
here you're seeing
Thank
Asha
God you're
Odekar.
right.
She's one of the new members that are going to join the
Upstairs.
president. She's a member of MI6. She was one of the first ones to try to communicate the alien invasion.
Give him a warning.
Yeah. So the president has made a few changes to the Oval Office,
I'll be in touch via comm.
Be careful. Ooh, look at you, Second Amendment solutions. Oh, beautiful, beautiful cons. Who's compensating now, huh?
And now the president's going to work through these levels and try to save his people. There's Keith David.
What the fuck, Keith?
Bye, Keith.
Yes, too late to help Keith.
Good to be the president.
It looks like he's doing pretty well without the Secret Service.
Yes, that is the beautiful thing about it, is that the president is something of a badass.
Here, spin. We gotta move.
Unfortunately, he's definitely fighting against some aliens that have that very much have the upper hand. And bit by bit, taking away his homies, his lieutenants. It's making it tougher for the president. One of the things that's great about Saints Row 4 is we have a lot of variety with our aliens. The Zin. So again, all you're seeing here are the grunts, and in sufficient numbers, they can be a bit of a challenge to you. But otherwise, they're not too difficult for you. But we've got a lot of variety for the Zin. A lot of different alien types that you'll be able to fight against. They have a lot of different abilities. They also have superpowers of their own. So it's a lot of fun. It's a completely different threat than anything we've ever had in Saints Row before when you have been fighting against the gangs in Saints Rows 1, 2, and 3.
Fucking head off.
All hail the meat shit. Oh no.
Oh no! Oh no! Matt, hold on to me!
Awesome, Matt! God damn it!
More abductions. Second here, we're going to see the president take out one of his special weapons.
Holy shit, how many of you are there? Bird to Ernie. Activate South Portico defenses. Let's do this, you
We have the White House cannon.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Just good to have it.
Of course. You never know when you might need it. And the president is well equipped to be able to handle anything. So now he's going to be able to start to take the battle to the UFOs that are invading the White House. Up above it, we can see the mothership that Zinyak has brought in.
Yep.
Shouldn't have fucked with the president! Come get a taste! I'll shoot down every last one of you!
Stole my crew.
Took my cabinet! You think you can come here and fuck with my country? This is for Lady Liberty. This one's for Uncle Sam.
Of course, we have our classic Space Invader
Just because
Yeah.
I want to.
segment.
He's looking to get intense.
What are you? Blew it up.
Is it or not nice?
Just like Johnny taught me. Hell yeah!
Now it's time for the president to take the fight to Zinyak himself.
Yeah.
Why do you humans enjoy leaping so much? Get off my lawn, you son of a bitch!
They're very articulate aliens.
Yes, absolutely.
They're kind of
Count on
polite.
me,
Yeah,
did you?
we actually had a lot of fun with them, trying to do something that was different and not
Yeah.
just to the typical alien you might expect.
You alien fuck.
And of course, because the president is such a badass, it doesn't matter that he's twice the size of him.
Yeah.
Now, not so fast.
Say goodnight. Wait, what? Ow!
Now the president starts
It'd be handy
see
to have
his-
that.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it? Exactly.
Did you really
Yeah.
think you could stop
Now Zinyak is using some of his superpowered abilities against the president.
Is there anything more charming?
Fucking ass! Oh! Gonna
Do what exactly? Huh? Bravado me to death? I'm going to have fun breaking you.
So that's our mission. It's a lot of fun to be able to put that one together and give you a taste of what it's like to be in the White House
Yes.
and be the president. And what we're going to show you now, we're actually going to go into the open world. So this is taking place much further in the game.
Okay.
The character has a ton of different abilities and upgrades that you'll slowly learn as you go through the game. But now this is our twisted version of Steelport. It's a very different sort of version. It's much more twisted. It's got a lot of
Is this
verticality to it with these alien towers.
Occupied?
It is,
Steelport?
exactly right.
Okay.
Yeah. And your job is to go around and just cause as much mayhem as possible. Here you're going to see Dave be able to use these superpowers. So super jumping, gliding, dashing through the air. It's a totally different way to be able to experience the world. This is Death from Above, one of our abilities. This is a great one. Just go flying through the air, come crash to the ground. Anything that's nearby gets destroyed. It's a lot of fun. You'll see a lot of different effects in the world also. We try to do a lot to pay off the fact that this is a different virtual sort of version of Steelport.
Okay.
And one of the things you're seeing right now with the weapons that Dave is using, these are our new weapon costumes and weapon skins. So you see this kind of wireframe looking pistol. We also have a machine gun that looks like a water gun. It's a way that we've been able to extend the customization of the game. So players will now be able to take their weapons and be able to change the look of them. So what is a normal machine gun and functions like it exactly like it normally would is now looking like a giant squirt gun.
Yeah.
And you can upgrade it. You can do anything that you want with the weapon, but it allows you to just get that much more variety into the look of your character. We have a lot of different customization as well in terms of the look of the character. We've brought back a number of different outfits from Saints Row 3, some of our most popular ones, because for the first time ever, when you customize your character in Saints Row the Third, you'll be able to bring that into Saints Row 4. So we wanted to be able to allow you to bring some of those different items with you. And we have a ton of new ones as well that you'll be able to put together. And so customization is still very much at the forefront of Saints Row.
What are these clusters you're collecting?
Yeah, so these clusters, these are one of the most addictive parts of our game. We've got a ton of different collectibles throughout the world. And these clusters here, you will collect those clusters, and ultimately it's a currency you use to be able to upgrade your superpowers.
Okay.
So all the different superpowers you see, like the ability to run up the walls
That's
here.
a nice one. I
yeah,
like that
that's
one.
a pretty nice one, right? Like you'll be able to earn that thing as you level along through the game with respect, and then you use these clusters here as a currency to purchase it. So it's so the more of the clusters you get, the better your superpower abilities are, and then the easier that it becomes to collect the clusters. So it's a really nice loop where you just keep collecting them, make your character that much more powerful. But it's totally up to the player. You don't have to do it. You just go out there and have a lot of fun. Because we also have things like these different weapons now. This is our black hole gun. Yeah, it's pretty obvious. Just like the name sounds. It'll suck anything into it that's nearby, and
including you.
Including you.
If you're not careful.
If you get too close, you have to be careful.
Good to know.
about
Avoid
it.
black holes.
Indeed, exactly. Yeah, we've had a lot of fun coming up with a lot of new weapons for Saints Row, and the black hole gun. This is one of the. We're showing it for the first time at E3. We also have the dubstep gun, which we've shown before, which is a ton of fun to be able to use.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, it's. We kill people with the power of dubstep. But as they die, they will dance. The cars will bounce. Everything reacts to it.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun to be able to use this.
Go out in style.
Exactly. And I was talking about how we have these different looks for the different weapons. You'll actually be able to change the look of the dubstep gun also with a couple of different weapon skins.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on which one you use, we'll actually have a different soundtrack that we'll be able to use for each one.
Okay. So you see some of the police cars, ZPD. Are these humans that are kind of rallying under the aliens, or are you only combating aliens in the game?
It's you kind of fight a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
So the police that you're seeing there, and they're all a virtual representation of the Zen.
Mm-hmm.
They start off as humans, and then as you start to escalate your notoriety, you'll see them actually transmogrify from being the police and turn into the aliens.
Okay.
And the aliens are the more powerful ones. And as you keep fighting the aliens, more powerful aliens will come in. So now you're starting to see the aliens come in because Dave's done enough damage in the world that they're starting to arrive.
Okay.
He's using his laser sword here to be able to take them out.
That's a cool car.
Yeah. Those are the Zin's automobiles. You'll be able to collect the vehicles just like you could in any other Saints Row game. Mm-hmm. And in this case, you'll be able to virtually be able to deliver them. So you'll just be standing here. You'll be able to collect the cars, drop in the car, drive wherever you want. But what we find is most people tend to use the superpowers to be able to roam around the world.
Yeah, it seems like there'd be a lot more just kind of free roaming than sticking to the streets this time around.
Absolutely. And here you're seeing some of the offensive superpowers that Dave's able to use. So he just used telekinesis to pick up a car with his mind and be able to throw it at the enemy. But you gotta be careful not to get caught on fire yourself. That's a really powerful one. And ultimately, as you continue to upgrade telekinesis, you'll be able to pick up larger vehicles. So ultimately, you'll be able to pick up tanks and dump trucks and fling those around and upgrade the amount of distance that you can fling it. It's a really powerful ability.
Can you speak to a little bit the origin of these superpowers?
Yeah, definitely. So the superpowers, you'll actually get these offensive ones as you go through the main missions. Mm-hmm. So there's, it's an open world game, so there's a lot of freedom of choice in terms of what you want to do. But when you're doing the actual missions, that's what you'll do to be able to get these superpowers. So when you see things like telekinesis or stomp, which Dave is using here, you'll get that through the main course of the progression of the missions. But then as you continue through the open world, there's a ton of different rewards that you unlock, and that's what you use to upgrade the different superpower abilities. So that way we try to incentivize it, so whatever you want to do, if you just want to play through the missions, there's a lot of cool upgrades for you to do there.
Yep.
Or if you just want to go around in the open world and have fun, there's a ton of rewards for you there as well.
Is that one that you just used?
Exactly, yeah. So this one is Blast, and yeah, it will freeze anything it hits. It'll freeze vehicles, it'll freeze people, and freeze them solid. It's a ton of fun to be able to use.
There's going to be a lot of collateral damage in this game.
Exactly, yeah there really is. Yeah, and you can punch them and just shatter them into 1,000 pieces. And then where it's really fun is to be able to use something like Blast there, and then back it up with Stomp. So now they're all frozen. I use Stomp and it shatters them into a ton of pieces. So the abilities are designed to be used with each other because they have their own recharge timers on each individual ability. Yeah, using Blast is great against airborne enemies because it'll just freeze them and send them crashing to the ground. Yeah, and another one of the offensive superpowered abilities that we have, Dave's about to show here, is called Buff. And what this does is it sets you on fire, and anyone that you get close to will be set on fire as well. And when you shoot anyone, your bullets are also incendiary rounds, so it'll catch them on fire. So it's a great one to be able to use. Exactly. Yeah, super sprinting through the world is a ton of fun. Just navigating through the world is great. And again, you're seeing a pretty upgraded version of the player right now. But so when you start off, you'll probably be using a combination of vehicles and super sprinting. But as you get powered up, most people tend to definitely just love using the superpowers. But totally up to you. It's your choice, and we don't force you to do anything with that.
Well, I have a couple of questions for you as we wrap up. You can keep playing, and we can see some more. I like looking at these abilities in my periphery as we talk. So what do you feel like keeps this a Saints Row experience at the core? Because a lot is different, and it looks awesome. The different stuff looks really fun. So what is kind of the familiar aspect of it?
Definitely. I think the biggest thing is the fact that we just have so much fun and irreverence. We like to say that fun is king. But we embrace the crazy.
Yep.
And so I think that's a hallmark of all of the Saints Row games, and that's definitely no different with Saints Row 4. So when you play the game, you're going to see a lot of silly, you're going to see a lot of pop culture references, just a lot of different tones that will definitely strike a chord with anyone that's ever played Saints Row.
Fantastic. And this game is coming out on 360, PS3, and PC when?
August 20th. Actually.
August 20th.
We're very close for this to be coming out.
Yeah, exactly. So this is a game just over the horizon that people can get excited about.
Yeah, people don't have to wait much longer.
We've got a lot of future-facing announcements at E3, but this is one that you'll get to see and play soon.
Exactly right.
Anywhere else you want to show us in the demo before we sign off? I think they're getting a good glimpse of a lot of the city.
Well, it's fun to see. Like, we have airborne vehicles still. A lot of people have asked us, do we still have vehicles, that you can fly around, and you absolutely do. And so it's a fun way to be able to roam around the world.
There's just so many ways to get around.
Yeah, there are just so many things to do. With it being an open world game, we have a ton of freedom of choice, but I think because of having these superpowers, having all these different vehicles, there's just an ungodly amount of variety. We have, in terms of our missions, it's roughly the same length as what we did in Saints Row the Third.
Yep.
But with the open world activities, it's huge. We keep joking around saying that when you look at the mini map and you see all the different activities and all the collectibles, you almost cannot see the world.
It's just
all
all
the different
pinpoint.
icons of all the different things that there are to do in the world. So it's a ton of fun, and it's completely unlike any other game out there.
Great. Well, I think that we're just about there in terms of our time limit. So thank you both to Jim and David for coming and showing us the game. Enjoy the rest of your E3. And for the rest of you guys still watching, up next we have our Square Enix members community contest that we're going to detail for you. So stick around. We'll be back in just a few minutes.